Good morning. This is Rebecca Kaiser, life coach. I am going for try two here. I started our video earlier and had some technical difficulties, so I'm hopping on here again. I am so excited as we wrap up the week. It's Friday. It's day 5 of our Recharge Your Batteries Challenge, and it's been such an honor to journey with you through this process. Now, day 5, we are on Recharge Your Environment, and this is one of those delightful surprises where it's amazing how buying one piece of decor or setting up a small space can help you feel a sense of recharge. So this is something that I've seen with clients and myself to make a big difference within just a few minutes with a regular practice or with setting up something special for yourself. So let's just talk a little bit about what it means to recharge your environment. It's about taking stock of what your home is like and kind of looking at ways that you feel like the way you have things set up supports what you're doing in the home and how you feel, and how certain ways maybe certain setup isn't working for you. Either the way a room is set up or the purpose that a room is used for. Sometimes we have rooms that end up being catch-alls because we're going through a busy season, or we're in a season like we're in right now with a pandemic where school and work and socializing all happen at home in a small space. But even more so, studies show that when we set up an environment, a space in our house for a certain purpose, that really helps us to get in the mindset, and it even helps our bodies. When our bedroom is set up so that it's focused on rest and sleep, and we're not working in there, and we don't have a lot of clutter in there, that actually has been shown to help us sleep better. And the same way with other spaces, if we have a space for quiet time, spending time reading or strengthening our faith, that helps us to kind of get in that mindset, to have a space where we feel safe, where we feel like we can accomplish the things that we need to. Other examples are command centers, office space, a space where we keep, our paperwork and a desk set up, and where we can sit, and that's what we do there when we have that mindset. Another way to pay attention to your environment and how the way it affects our feelings and our minds is the cues that we set in an environment. When we have things that are cluttery or that don't support what we're trying to do, like if we're trying to eat healthier and that yet we leave a lot of snacks on the counter that are not healthy, those cues affect us. Those cues cause us to kind of play off that thing. If we want to have a certain mood or to be taking part in a certain activity, it's important to cue that activity, to set out things, to set up the environment in a way that helps to support that. Can you hear screaming in the background? There's some kids on our trampoline. My daughter's out there with her friends. So that's important to pay attention to. And then number 3 is to focus on keeping things picked up and decluttered. And for different people, this means different things. We all have different ways that we like to organize and to keep our house. But with just taking time to put things back, have things in order, to spend some specific time each day so that you don't have to worry about big cleanups, but that you kind of keep things where they go, that can really set you up for the next day, for the start of a new day, for making sure that within those experiences that what you're trying to do is supported. I just want to say, as with the other days, take a look around, kind of just take a sense for what isn't working, and figure out one thing that you can do to change. When it comes to our homes, even small things can make a difference. A live plant on the counter. They say not only can that cue that green, that fresh, cue a sense of bright and happy feelings, but it also affects the oxygen in the air and the purity of the air around us. The colors that we have in our home oranges, reds, tend to be warmer colors, browns. Light versions of that tend to cause kind of a warmth. While we have grays and blues and cooler colors tend to offer kind of a sense of calm. I have a link in the email that in the newsletter that I sent you today that talks about colors and the impact that they have. Having light, bright, natural color in your home can present a sense of cheeriness, can help you feel like there's an open, wide world out there when we are kind of stuck inside. So just taking the time to be informed and to take the time to set things up for you can make a big difference. All right. It's been a delight to be with you over the last several days and to spend some time each day. I love hearing from you, hearing what you're doing and what you're setting, what your goals are. And keep this up. You've started some great changes. There's an opportunity now you'll be able to go back to the newsletters that I sent and the information and the videos that I sent and look back and just continue to kind of experiment and tweak and figure out ways to recharge in this season that is very depleting in many ways. The other thing that I have two surprises today for you. One, as we wrap up, is that if you want to continue this work and you feel like you could use some support in figuring out how these things apply to you or how they can function in a time where you're feeling extra stress or pressed in some ways, I am offering 20% off a 3-month coaching package right now. We could set that up different ways just depending on how often you want to meet and that type of thing. The other thing is I'm offering 20% off a Discover Your Personality package, either a 3-session or 6-session package. As a result, we talked about catering this to your personality, how we're each different, and yet there are some really powerful things that it's important to know about ourselves as we seek to decrease our stress, to really maximize and thrive in the roles that we're in right now. So feel free to reply back to my email today if you're wanting to take advantage of those. And the last surprise is really fun too. I can't wait to do this. I'm going to send out a link later today that has a survey and it'll also have the links to the last 2 videos. A link to a survey that just asks you a few questions about your experience with the challenge and what you found helpful. And for each person that completes that by Monday at midnight Pacific time, I'll enter your name into a drawing and I'll be sending out a Recharge Your Batteries gift bag. So that's really fun. Again, thank you so much for being a part of this challenge, and it's a delight to hear from you. So don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions or if you'd like to share what you're working on, and all the best to you. Take care, my friend.